RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. That's what you'd have here. This is a created franchise, a 162 game regular season. This is game number 121 out of 162 plus. And I say plus because I'm hoping to make the playoffs and win the World Series. Right now I'm in a battle for first place with the Los Angeles Dodgers, as the Hollywood Avengers have been placed into the National League West Division. The starting pitcher, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow herself, is going to start on the mound. This is the lineup. Let's get the show on the road. These are the lineups. This is a short 2-game series at Cleveland against the Cleveland Indians. Avengers lost the first game 8-4. Now they're trying to just split this quick 2-game series before they head back out on the road again. So live here at Progressive Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, the Hollywood Avengers visit the Cleveland Indians. Welcome for some Major League Baseball. Thank you for watching. On the mound for the Indians, Johnny Cueto, making its 25th start of the season. His record is 6-9, 4.38 earned run average. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 305, 14 homers, 58 runs batted in. Anthony plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Change up outside and low, ball 1. Indians in 19 games over 500. That's good enough for first place in the American League Central. That's Trevor Story at shortstop and Ken Griffey Jr. in center field. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to the new Captain America. Just gets a piece of the changeup, fouls it off. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. 82 degrees here in this August matchup here in Cleveland. Sunny skies, perfect day for baseball. Changeup inside, 2-1 off the plate. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Cueto. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance, but playable in right for K-Line, who makes the catch for out number 1. Thought he got a little more of it than he did. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers, Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland at second, Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The catcher today, Mark Ruffalo. Designated hitter, Chris Evans. Chadwick Boseman's in third, Dave Bautista's in right, Sebastian Stan is in left, and batting ninth and playing center field is Don Cheadle. Tom Holland hitting .362 to lead the ball club, 15 homers. Takes a pitch inside, ball 1. .362, 15 homers, 69 RBIs. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tom Holland plays Peter Parker in the MCU. I think you already know that. Fouls it back. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is a fly ball to left, playable, and there's 2 away. Garrett Anderson makes the catch for the second out. Next up, Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is hitting .293. He has 18 homers and 72 runs batted in. First baseman for the Hollywood Avengers. Just gets a piece of the changeup, swinging fouls tip. Strike 1. And again, just gets a piece of that changeup. 2 quick strikes on Tony Stark. And he pulls it foul. Count will remain 0-2. Top of the first, 2 outs, bases empty, no score here in Cleveland against the Indians and the Avengers. Down and in, ball 1. Count is 1-2. Ground ball, first base line, Fielded by Eddie Murray, steps on the bag, side is retired. So 1-2-3 inning for Johnny Cueto after half inning of play. It's the Hollywood Avengers nothing, the Cleveland Indians coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers, Scarlett Johansson. She is 7-3, 3.56 earned run average. She plays Black Widow and Natasha Romanoff in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Her first batter that she will face in this ballgame, Edgar Martinez, hitting .276, playing third base. Outside corner, strike one. The Avengers are 76-44, good for second place in the National League West. That's Anthony Mackie at shortstop and Sebastian Stan in left field. Here comes the pitch. And he's late on the fastball. Fouls it off. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Scarlett deals. Pops it up into short center field. Racing out is the second baseman. Spider-Man makes the catch. Nice play for the first out. Oh, yeah. Starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians, Edgar Martinez is at third, Al Kalines at right, Eddie Murray's at first, Ken Griffey Jr. is in center, J.D. Martinez is the designated hitter, Garrett Anderson's in left, Trevor Stories is at shortstop, the catcher, Salvador Perez, batting ninth and playing second base is Colton Wong. Al Kaline, 269, 21 homers, 68 runs batted in. Right fielder steps up with one away. Outside corner, strike one. Al Kaline played, I believe, in the 1950s for the Detroit Tigers. He is a Hall of Famer. Looked high, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is quickly 0-2. Misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scarlett Johansson is going for win number 8 on the season. And he just gets a piece of that knuckleball. Count remains 1-2. Fouls it upstairs beyond home plate. Count will remain right where it is. And he pulls a 2-seamer foul down the left field line. Out of play. Just gets a piece of that slider to stay alive. Line drive to right. Back goes Bautista, makes the catch, 2 away. Hit that right on the nose, but Bautista flagged it down. So with 2 outs, up steps the first baseman, Eddie Murray. 304, he has 34 homers and 82 runs batted in. 2 outs, bases empty. Top, check that bottom of the first. Fastball in there, strike one. Jams him, racing in is the Winter Soldier. He will make the catch to retire the side. Nice play by Bucky Barnes in left. After an inning of baseball, no score. This is Avengers Baseball. Next up is the Incredible Hulk. Mark Ruffalo, 338, 25 homers, 102 RBIs. He leads the team in homers and RBIs. Pitch is low, ball one, checked it. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. Leadoff single here in the top of the second for the Avengers. Hulk smash. Smash. Hits leaders in the National League, Stan Musial, Los Angeles, and Joe Torre lead the league. Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo are on the list, however. Next up, Chris Evans, 319 average. Hitting from the left side. And skies it to center. Playable for Ken Griffey Jr. And 1 away. 1 away. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, hitting 332 on the season. Chadwick is no longer with us. due to colon cancer. May he rest in peace. Fastball inside, ball one. He was T'Challa, or Black Panther, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chases a changeup down and away. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Ruffalo leads off first. 1 out here in the top of the second. No score.
Ball 3.
Hitters count. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Cueto. Grounded to third. Over to slings it to second for 1. In the dirt. Fielded nicely by Eddie Murray to retire the side. Around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. It's Edgar Martinez starting the double over to Colton Wong. And then the final out scooped out by Eddie Murray. Inning and a half, no score. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Ken Griffey Jr. 330 batting average, 25 homers, 85 RBIs.
Griffey Jr. Nope, that's a ball.
Fastball low, ball 1. And he fouls it off down the left field line. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ken Griffey Jr. played for the Seattle Mariners. He also played for the Cincinnati Reds. But, I mean, when you think of Ken Griffey Jr., you think of the Seattle Mariners. Line drive, and he beat the shift. It's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second for Griffey. Here's the replay. Next up is the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez. J.D. hitting .320 on the season. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss at the inside fastball. 2 quick strikes. Count is 0-2. And that's a deep fly ball to right. Back goes Bautista, but he will make the catch for the first out. No advance on the bases. Just got under it. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. We have Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. Next up for the Cleveland Indians, Garrett Anderson, left fielder, 276, 17 homers, 59 RBIs. Down and in, ball 1. Inside, off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Looked high, called a strike. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike on Anderson. Big strike zone. Not that I'm complaining. And he pops up the knuckler. Underneath it is Tony Stark, makes the catch, and there are 2 away. 2 outs, runner at first. Up steps the shortstop, Trevor Story. 289, 30 homers, and 72 runs batted in. Outside corner, strike 1. Painting the black. Pulls the fastball down the left field line, out of play. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. And he just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Fouls it off. So no score here in the bottom of the second here in Cleveland. Out in front of the fastball, swing and a miss, struck him out swinging to retire the side. So 2 innings complete. Indians versus Avengers. After 2, it's no score. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Up steps Drax the Destroyer, or Dave Bautista, hitting .315 on the season. Dave Bautista's in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Fastball inside, ball 1. No score here in the top of the 3rd. Second game of a 2-game set between these 2 ball clubs. Out in front of the slider, swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ball, that's out.
2-1. Skies it to right. Back goes K-Line in front of the warning track, makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Sebastian Stan, hitting .290, 8 homers, 35 RBIs, playing left field today. He is the Winter Soldier in the MCU, Bucky Barnes. Pitches inside and low, ball 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. That's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap. Check that right center field gap. Diving catch by Al K-Line in right for the second out. Nice defensive play, giving up that uniform. Here's a replay. Oof, I'm jealous. 2 away, bases empty. Up steps the War Machine, Don Cheadle. .275, 10 homers, 56 RBIs. Pitch, switch hitter pitching, hitting from the left side. Fastball is high, ball 1. Got a little tongue-tied there. Excuse me. Ground ball to third, fielded by Edgar Martinez. Throws to first in time. 1-2-3 inning for Johnny Cueto after 2.5. No score. So we go to the bottom. Oh, check that. We go to Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, but unfortunately, it seems to be something wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to cut away. Sorry, Heidi. We apologize. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Up steps the catcher, Salvador Perez. .240, 13 homers, 50 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Scarlett Johansson. In there, strike 1. Fastball just inside, 1-1. Scarlett thought it was a strike. You can see the displeasure painted on her face. 2-1, outside. And he pulls the knuckleball foul. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Perez. Swing and a miss, the 2-seamer. Struck him out swinging, there's 1 away. Second strikeout of the game for Scarlett Johansson. Here's the replay.
The second baseman, Colton Wong.
Next up, second baseman Colton Wong. Colton's hitting .267. He has 5 homers and 33 runs batted in. And that's a diving attempt by Black Panther over there at third base, but he will not come up with it, as it is a 1-out single for Wong. Almost, but not quite. Next up, leadoff man Edgar Martinez, who popped out in the first inning. It's his second plate appearance in this game. And he skies it to center, playable for Don Cheadle. War Machine makes the catch for the second out. No advance on the bases. So the Avengers are 76-44. They are in a battle in the National League West. They've taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the NL West. They are in a battle for first place with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think they're like a half a game out or a full game out. Next up, Al K-Line, 2 outs, runner at first. Lines it to right. There is Bautista to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 3 innings of baseball here at Progressive. Still no score. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the fourth. Up steps the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. Flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Number 9.
Outside corner, called a strike. And that's a line drive, but I have a feeling the right fielder's going to run it down, and K-Line does. There's the first out.
The batter, number 8. Second baseman.
Road to the show report. We don't care about the minor leagues in this franchise. Next up is Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who's 1 for 5 in this series. Changeup misses outside, ball 1. Flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Line drive, base hit up the middle. And he's 1 for 2. It's a 1-out single here in the top of the fourth for Spider-Man.
Now batting.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr., 0 for 1. He is Iron Man. That ball's deep, but foul. Curling out of play for strike 1. Hit it a ton, but couldn't keep it fair. Count is 0-1. Fouls off the changeup. There are 2 quick strikes on Tony. Holland leads off first. Here comes the pitch from Cueto.
Nope. Ball 1.
Just misses. Cueto wanted that one. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Quick throw to first. He's back. Did he check it?
What you got?
Yes, he did, according to third base umpire. Count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner leads off first. No score here in the top of the fourth. Full count, 3-2. On deck, the Incredible Hulk. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Cueto. Throw to first. He's back. Will he be off with the 3-2 pitch with 1 away? I don't think so. Grounded to first. Murray over to second for 1. Back to first. A 3-6-3 double play to retire the side. So, 3.5 gone by here. Progressive, still no score. Much like yesterday. Unfortunately for the Avengers, yesterday's game was an 8-4 loss. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Up steps Eddie Murray, who just turned that 3-6-3 double play. He's 0 for 1. Scarlett Johansson sets and delivers. And he pulls it deep, but foul. Strike 1. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Chases the 2-seamer out of the strike zone for strikeout number 1. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for ScarJo. Here's the replay. Was it a strike?
The center fielder. Yeah. Rippy.
Oh no, I think it was too close to take regardless, but he just flat out missed it. So next up, Ken Griffey Jr. Singled in his first at-bat. Up there for his 2nd plate appearance. And that's a line drive. Racing in to make the shoestring catch is the Winter Soldier. Nice play by Bucky Barnes. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. Johnny Cueto and Scarlett Johansson are not fireballers, as you can see. 93-91 Cueto. No score in the game. 2 away, up steps J.D. Martinez, who flew out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Slider off the plate, ball 1. Checks the swing, but called the strike. Did he go too far? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. The inside fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a line drive to center, and it's going to dunk in there for a 2-out single. Big turn at first, but he will hold. So JD is on first for the Indians. Just waited on that changeup, slashed it to center. Next up, Garrett Anderson popped out in the second. Fouls it back for strike one. And he pops it up, racing in foul territory is Black Panther to make the catch and retire the side. No runs, one hit, one left on at the end of 4 innings of baseball. Still no score. Pitcher's duel. Go to the top of the 5th. Mark Ruffalo steps in. Mark has a hit in this ball game. Cueto deals. Jams him. Racing over as Eddie Murray makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Here in the 5th.
Now batting.
Next up, Chris Evans, 0 for 1. Off the plate, ball 1. Fouls off the fastball, 93 on the radar gun. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Evans. Evans plays Steve Rogers in the MCU. Outside 2-1. He is the original Captain America in the MCU. And he pops it up in the infield. Wong on the edge of the infield grass makes the catch 2 away.
Now batter, number 20.
So next up is Black Panther. 1 for 5 in this series. He grounded out in his first at-bat. Second plate appearance. No score here in the top of the 5th. Pops it up. Out of play, strike 1. Ground ball, knocks it down. Edgar picks it up, throws to first. Not in time, should be an infield single, and it is. Infield base hit, 2 outs. And the half inning will continue as Drax Dave Bautista, hitting .315, 12 homers, 60 RBIs, steps up with 2 outs. Throw to first, he's back. Bozeman does have speed. Stolen base here can put him in scoring position with 2 outs where only a single could break this scoreless tie. And that's possible. That ball is hit deep. It is Gunzo. That's a 2-run home run for Drax the Destroyer. You can't throw it over his head. Nothing. He will catch it. He just caught his 13th home run of the season, a 2-run shot, and the Avengers now have a 2-0 advantage here in the 5th inning. Here's the replay. Bang. Took that high pitch and drove it over that progressive field sign. So, next up, Sebastian Stan, 0 for 1. Pitch is low and outside, ball 1, check the swing. Low in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-seam fastball finds the knees. Count is 2-1. 2 outs, base is empty, top of the 5th. Down and in, hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Bucky Barnes. And he drives it deep to right. It's got a chance. Back he goes, leaps, it's gone. Back to back and belly to belly. That's home run number 9, a solo shot from Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier. And the Avengers now have a 3-0 advantage. Just drove it out of the ballpark to right, the other way. Got it up in that wind stream. Bang. Al Kaline leaped to try to bring it back in, but to no avail. Next up, Don Cheadle, War Machine, 0 for 1 with the ground out. And he fouls off the changeup, strike 1. So it's 3-0 MCU here in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, base is empty. Checks a swing, pitches low, count evens 1 ball, and 1 strike. Chases his slider inside, ties him in knots. This count is 1-2. Could not hold back. Fooled on the breaking ball. Jams him. Nearly breaks his bat. Trevor Story, the shortstop, makes the catch to finally retire the side, but back-to-back homers, a 2-run shot and a solo shot after 4.5. The Hollywood Avengers now lead 3-0. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and undoubtedly we will go to Heidi Watney, whose microphone is still not fixed, so we apologize. We're going to send somebody down there with a 9-volt battery. In the meantime, Trevor Story will step to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th, down 3-0. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. There's Drax for the first out. Next up, Salvador Perez, who struck out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. Outside corner, painting the black, strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, swing and miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder to 3rd. Routine play for T'Challa. Black Panther throws to first, and there are 2 away. So the Avengers lost to the Cleveland Indians yesterday 8-4. And today they are winning 3-0. This is a 2-game series. After this, they go back out on the road to continue the road trip. Colton Wong singled in his first at-bat. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 1. Inside corner, strike 2. 0-2. Grounder to second. Holland Fields fires, got him. And the side is retired. In 5 innings completed, it is now an official ball game. The Avengers lead 3-0. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 2. He lined out, he flied out. 3rd at bat. Cueto deals. Changeup outside, ball 1. Chaz Rowe, the right-hander, and Luis Alivan, the left-hander, warming in the Indians bullpen. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Hits a deep drive. Back goes Griffey to the track, the wall, looking up, he leaps, it's gone! That's a solo shot by Anthony Mackie, cut the check, home run number 15, and it's now 4-0 MCU. Oh yeah! Took a high pitch, turned on it, drove it out. Didn't think it would have the muscle. It's Griffey making a leap right in front of that MLB shop sign, but cannot come down with it. So Terry Francona has seen enough. He makes a call to the bullpen. He wants the right-hander. In relief, Orlando Reyes, who's 3-0 in 12 games. 2.88 earned run average in 25 innings pitched. Not bad. He will face Tom Holland, Spider-Man, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Fastball low, ball 1. MCU leads 4-0. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2, high and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. 363 average to lead the ball club. 3 balls, no strike on deck. Iron Man. 3-0 count. Will he swing on a 3-0 count? No, he will not. I don't swing on 3-0 counts. In there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the handcuffs are off. We will see what happens. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Wong. Throws to first. Not in time. It should be an infield single. because he legged it out. So let's watch it. I mean, he had to range to his right, backhand it, took too many steps planting himself. And by that time, Spider-Man speed. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. 0 for 2, 2 groundouts today. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. A little late on it. Spider-Man has speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. And he pulls the changeup foul down the right field line. And Tony has 2 quick strikes, 0-2 count. Reyes sets and delivers. Cold third strike on the outside corner, and Tony does not like the call, but nevertheless, that is out number 1. I mean, I guess it's too close to take. Right on the black. Next up, Ruffalo, the Hulk, 1 for 2. Pitch out, nothing doing. So it's 4-0 MCU here in the top of the 6th. 1-0 count. Runner leads off first. Here comes Reyes' pitch. And that's a line drive, but caught by the left fielder Garrett Anderson for out number 2. Hit it right at the left fielder.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Chris Evans, 1 for 6. 0 for 2 today, 1 for 6 in the series. 2 outs, runner leads off first. Misses off the plate. Strike 1, no, check that, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the changeup to foul it off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw to first. He's back. Again, throw to first. So this is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Grounder to short. Tosses to second for the force to retire the side. But Anthony Mackie hits a solo shot, his 15th of the season, to add another on the scoreboard. After 5.5, it's Avengers 4, Indians nothing. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lineup turns over yet again for the Indians. Edgar Martinez steps up. He is 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch from Scarlett Johansson. And he can't get around on it. Fouls it off, strike 1. And he lines it, foul. Count is 0-2. Edgar Martinez played for the Seattle Mariners. He was a hitting machine. I don't know if he was a Hall of Famer. Slaps it foul up the first base line. Count will remain 0-2. Possibly because he spent most of his career as a designated hitter. A little bit of a bias in Cooperstown against pure DHs, but he was one hell of a hitter. Grounder tapped to the mound. Scarjo throws to first in time, 1 away. 1 away. Next up, Al Kaline, 1 for 6 in this series. He is 0 for 2. In there, strike 1. Deep drive's got a chance. It is foul. Count is 0-2. He thought it was gone, but nope. Come on back. Come on back. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he pulls the 2-seam fastball down the left field line. But out in front again. Count will remain 0-2. Swing and a miss with that knuckleball. Struck him out swinging. And that's strikeout number 4 for Scarlett Johansson. Out number 2 of the inning. Just whiff. It's 2 down. Up steps Eddie Murray. 0 for 2. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. I have a feeling they are on the scoreboard looking up. It's gone. Solo shot for Eddie Murray, home run number 35, and the Avengers now lead 4-1. Here's a replay. He's got all of it. Straight up. He's got all of it. Got to give it respect. Respect. Next up, Ken Griffey Jr. 1 for 2 with a single today. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is low, ball 1. Once a game, I like to show the difficulty setting, gameplay. Hitting difficulty is set to All-Star, and pitching difficulty is set to All-Star. Grounder, foul. Count is 1-1. Line drive to center, racing over. He will not make the catch. It will get past him and roll to the fence. He's going to end up, he'll stop at second. I think he had a chance to get a triple, but doesn't want to take the chance making that third out at third base. That'll be double number 34 for Ken Griffey Jr. on the season. If he had been thrown out to make the third out at third base, that would have been tough to explain to his manager. So he's in scoring position now with 2 outs. Up steps J.D. Martinez, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Here comes the pitch. It's a line drive. Racing in is Winter Soldier. Makes the catch to retire the side, but Eddie Murray hits a solo shot, puts them on the board at the end of 6 innings of play. It's the Avengers 4, the Indians 1. This is Avengers Baseball. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for dropping in and saying hello. I do sincerely appreciate it. Stepping up to the plate now is Chadwick Boseman. He's 1 for 2 today. This is the top of the 7th inning. 4-1 lead for the MCU. And he's out in front, pulls a foul, strike 1. So, this is a 2-game set at Cleveland. Pops it upstairs behind home plate. The count is quickly 0-2. Avengers lost yesterday, 8-4, so they're trying to even this series at 1 game apiece before moving on. And he just gets a piece to foul it off and stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Nobody likes to get swept, even if it's just a quick 2-game series. And he yanks it, foul. Here comes a pitch from Reyes. And again, just gets a piece of the breaking ball to stay alive. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a line drive. It's got a chance, but it will curl foul. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Almost fitted into that left field corner, but couldn't keep it fair. Again, he's battling him. Fouls off the slider. Down and in. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes on T'Challa. Bouncer to the mound, fielded by Orlando Reyes. Throws to first in time, 1 away. Next up, Dave Bautista, who hit a 2-run home run in his last at-bat in the 5th inning. Here's a replay. Deep drive. So he's up there with 1 away. Pitches down and in, ball 1. Dave Bautista is also a professional wrestler in his spare time. Well, former professional wrestler, let's be honest. He's a little bit on the... Then again, you never know. He could always return to wrestling. Line drive, base hit to right between first and second. It's a 1-out single for Drax. And the Avengers are on here in the 7th. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who hit a home run of his own in his last at-bat. They're showing us Anthony Mackie for some reason. He did hit a home run as well, but Anthony's not up. Sebastian Stan is up, and he's 1 for 2 with a solo shot. And he fouls it off for strike 1. 4-1 MCU leads here in the top of the 7th. Runner at first, 1 away. Here comes the pitch. Checks it, pitches low. Count is 1-1. just misses off the edge. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big lead at first. Pops it up down the right field line, slicing out of play. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off first. Comes the pitch from Reyes. And he was going on the pitch. Hit and run, pulls it foul, and we'll do it again. Again, big lead. Swing and a miss, he struck him out, there's 2 away. Couldn't get on top of that high fastball. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? Yeah, she just flat out missed it. Next up, Don Cheadle, 0 for 2. Again, big lead at first. Grounder towards the hole, fielded by Trevor Story. Throws to first, check that, throws to second for the force to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It's Hollywood Avengers 4, the Cleveland Indians 1. Take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Garrett Anderson is 0 for 2. Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow, is still on the mound, pitching. Inside corner, strike 1. She is 7-3 on the season. Started the season in the bullpen, then grounded to second, fielded by Holland, throws in time, 1 away. Scarlett Johansson started in the bullpen. Nick Fury or Samuel L. Jackson got injured. She had to take his spot in the rotation, and she pitched well, never gave it up. Trevor Story, 0 for 2, steps up with 1 out. Deep drive to right, back goes Bautista. In front of the warning track, he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Two down, Salvador Perez steps up to the plate. The catcher is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Line drive, looks like it's deep, might have a chance. It will be high off the wall, gets away from him, and he will have a stand-up double with 2 outs. My goodness, any other ballpark, that could have been a home run. Double number 11 for Perez. Deep drive. Bang. Next up, Colton Wong, second baseman. He has a runner in scoring position now where a single could put another run on the board. He's 1 for 2. And he grounds it foul. Strike 1. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Wong. Colton Wong is a modern-day baseball player. I think he plays for the St. Louis Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. And he's out in front, pulls the foul. Count remains 0-2. Not a Hall of Famer, just a regular old baseball player. A little late on it. Fouls it off. Not every player is a Hall of Famer or even an All-Star. Pops it up. Scarlett Johansson says, I got it. Makes the catch. Retires the side. 7 innings pitched. 1 run given up. She has a 3-run advantage at the end of 7. It's 4-1 MCU. So we go to the top of the 8th. Up steps, well, actually, out of the bullpen for the Indians, steps onto the mound Chaz Rowe. 7-3 with a 4.06 earned run average. And he will face the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie, who had a home run in his last at-bat. His 15th of the season. He's 1 for 3. And that might be another one. I got a little ahead of myself. We hit a line drive, but right at the right fielder. 1 pitch, 1 away. Starter comparison, as you can see, Scarlett Johansson so far has outdueled Johnny Cueto, and she is in line for the win if things stay the way they are. Next up, Tom Holland, 2 for 3, 2 singles. Indians bullpen is still active. Rowe sets and delivers. That's a line drive. His third hit of the game over the head of the third baseman. And he will stop at first. It'll be his third single of the day. Line drive over the head of Edgar Martinez over there at third base. Almost a brilliant catch, but not to be. Next up, Tony Stark, a.k.a. Robert Downey Jr. Today he is 0 for 3, struck out in his last at-bat. Holland leads off first. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. And he jacks it foul. Strike 1. And that's a line drive to second. Caught by Colton Wong, 2 away. Hit it on the nose, but right at the second baseman.
Now batting, number 84.
Next up, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. 1 for 3 with a single. Runner leads off first. 2 down. Big lead at first. We'll throw to first to get him closer. We weren't the only ones that noticed. They noticed too. Pitch by Rowe. Pitch out, nothing doing. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Hulk. Checks his swing, sliders off the plate. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. He's going, and that's a deep drive. He's on to the races. It is in there. It's going to be at the it's a ground rule double. The ball bounces over the fence. It'll be a ground rule RBI double. RBI number 103 on the season for the Hulk. Hulk did indeed smash as it one hops over the fence for a grounds rule double. So the score is now 4. Check that. They made him go back to third base. Wow. Wow. Score is still 4-1. He was off to the races. He had already rounded third. The umpires made him go back to third base. So it's second and third with 2 out. Wow. I take it back. That was not RBI number 103 for Mark Ruffalo. I wish there was a button I could press to argue. That was a terrible call by the umpire. And he pulls it out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Chris Evans now has the responsibility. 2 runners in scoring position. Try to get those insurance runs home with 2 outs. Fouls it back. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. 3-run lead for the MCU. Here comes the pitch from Chaz Rowe. And he pulls it foul down the right field line. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Could be a 3-run homer. And it is. It's Gonzo. A 3-run home run for Chris Evans. He can do this all day. The first Avenger with 2 outs hits a 3-run home run to give the Avengers a 7-1 advantage. All with 2 outs. Justice prevails. Here's the replay. Bang. Oh. Well, we won't protest to the league office now. In relief, Luis Alivan, 7-4 with a 5.07 earned run average. Chadwick Boseman's 1 for 3 with a single. It's a 6-run lead for the MCU. Inside off the plate, ball 1. That's a deep drive, but could be playable. My goodness. Ken Griffey Jr. covers a lot of ground, and he makes the play in center field to retire the side. But a 2-out, 3-run home run by the original Captain America, Chris Evans. After 7.5, it is the Avengers 7, the Indians 1. So we go to the 8th. Edgar Martinez steps up to the plate. Scarlett is still out there on the mound. He's only thrown 76 pitches.
Mucinex.
And he's late and fouls it off. Strike one. Line drive to center. Leadoff single for Edgar. Just a line drive to center field. Nice piece of hitting. Next up, Al Kaline. Before we do that, let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. Let's warm up Scarlett. Warm up Samuel L. Jackson and Ed Norton. Fastball in there, strike one. Al Kaline is 0 for 3 today. Changeup floats in there for strike two. Line drive to left. There is Bucky Barnes, makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Eddie Murray hit a solo homer in his last at-bat. 2 homers in this. Homer yesterday and a homer today. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. Lines it into the dugout, foul. Count is quickly 0-2 on Eddie Murray. Deep drive to left center. There is the center fielder making the catch for the second out. Nice play by War Machine, James Rhodes. This is game number 121 out of a 162 game schedule. The Avengers are fighting for first place in the National League West. Up next with 2 outs here in the 8th is Ken Griffey Jr. Pitch looked inside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 0-1. Fouls it back, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the legendary Griffey. And he pulls it foul. Count remains 0-2. Runner leads off first, 2 down, 7-1 Avengers. And he's late. No, check that. He's early. Pulls it down the right field line, out of play. Just misses off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. This is pitch number 91 for Scarlett. And he pulls it foul, and he's making her work. Refuses to go down without a fight. Pulls it foul. Pitch number 9 of this at-bat on the way. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, and the at-bat will continue. Again, it's 7-1 Avengers here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, runner at first. Swing and a miss, and she wins the battle. 8 innings, 1 run, 7-1 lead. Avengers baseball. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. So before Drax the Destroyer steps up, we're going to the manager's office in the bullpen. And right, left, right, we're going to have Ed Norton scheduled to put him in the game. Ed Norton is going to pitch the 9th inning with a 6-run lead. Dave Bautista's 2 for 3 with a homer today. Pitches outside, ball 1. 7-1 Avengers lead here in the top of the 9th inning at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Dave Bautista up at plate. And he fouls it off. Count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Grounder through the right side. It's a single. The 3rd hit of the game for Drax the Destroyer. Lead-off single here in the top of the 9th. Maybe we get some insurance runs. We'll see what happens. Again, he just ground ball with eyes. Scooted it through the right side. Next up, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, had a homer today. Solo shot. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball up the middle. 6 steps on the bag unassisted. Over to 3rd. Over to 1st. A 6 unassisted 3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Nice play by Trevor Story. Thought he was going to underhand it to Colton Wong, but instead decides to step on the bag himself and toss it over to Eddie Murray to complete the double play. Next up, turning around and hitting from the right side against the lefty, Don Cheadle. He's 0 for 3. And that's a line drive. It's slicing. Foul. Strike one. High and outside, ball one. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike to James Rhodes. Checks his swing. Fastball is low, 2-1. Misses inside. Hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Avilan. Misses. So it's a 2-out walk. Cheadle's on first. Lineup turns over. Turning around and hitting from the right side is again another switch hitter in this lineup. Anthony Mackie has a homer today. Solo shot. He's 1 for 4. Runner leads off first. Low, ball 1. Runner leads off first. Checks his swing, pitch is low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Mackie. Line drive to the second baseman to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last licks for the Cleveland Indians. They need 6 runs to tie. It's the Avengers leading 7-1. Thank you for watching. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Taking over in relief for Scarlett Johansson is Ed Norton, first man to play the Incredible Hulk in the MCU. His record is 1-2. And he will face J.D. Martinez to lead it off here in the bottom of the 9th. J.D. is 1 for 3 with a single. Here comes the pitch. And he pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Out in front of the slider or the slurve or whatever kind of breaking ball that was. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And he just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. And he yanks the fastball foul out of play. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Triple digits on the radar gun. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Scarlett Johansson's line, 8 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 5 strikeouts. She is in line for win number 8 on the season. Next up, Garrett Anderson. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Just gets a piece to foul it off, strike 1. And he yanks the sinking fastball down the right field line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it back. Just gets a piece at the plate. Fouls it off. Oof. Waiting inside. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can't even call that a late on the fastball. Fouls it down the left field line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, he can't get on top of that heater. Just keeps fouling it off. Garrett Anderson making a nuisance of himself here in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 6-run lead for the Avengers. Down and in. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th. 7-1 lead for the MCU. Looking to split this quick 2-game series. Swinging and miss, he strikes him out. Two straight strikeouts for Ed Norton, the original Incredible Hulk.
Now batting.
And the Cleveland Indians are down to their final out of the game and final out of this quick 2-game series. So representing the final out is Trevor Story, 0 for 3. Fastball in there, strike 1. Slider off the plate, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front of the slider, swinging and miss, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the Indians are down to their final strike of the game. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swinging and miss, he strikes out the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 7-1. And they split this quick 2-game series at Cleveland in Progressive Field. That is win number 77 on the season against 44 losses. We will check the standings at some point in order to determine whether they've found their way into first place. Right now they're maybe within 1 game of first place, fighting for the division with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NL West. The win goes to Scarlett Johansson, also known as Black Widow or Natasha Romanoff. She has 8 wins on the season. So up at the top, the line, the Hollywood Avengers, 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Cleveland Indians, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. Scarlett Johansson gets the win. She gets win number 8. Johnny Cueto is saddled with the loss. Player of the game is Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. He is 3 for 4 today with a homer and 2 RBIs. That is your player of the game. And this has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Sean Smith Gaming. Thank you to anyone else who might have been back there hiding in the shadows watching. I appreciate the fact that you're there. Every minute counts. Every comment counts. Every like counts. Thanks so much. So, the final at Progressive Field is the Hollywood Avengers win 7-1. Have yourself a great night, and I will see you again soon.